Homeward Bound, written by Ellen G. White.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. More to be desired are they than gold, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than the honey and the honeycomb.
Law and Sabbath, dual test of loyalty. June 11th. What does it mean to keep God's commandments? For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. 1 John 5 verse 3. A legal religion is insufficient to bring the soul into harmony with God. The hard, rigid orthodoxy of the Pharisees, destitute of contrition, tenderness, or love, was only a stumbling block to sinners. They were like the salt that had lost its savor, for their influence had no power to preserve the world from corruption. The only true faith is that which worketh by love, to purify the soul. It is as leaven that transforms the character. The prophet Isaiah had pointed out what constitutes the very essence of Pharisaism in the words, Israel is the empty vine. He bringeth forth fruit into himself. In their professed service to God, the Jews were really working for self. Their righteousness was the fruit of their own efforts to keep the law according to their own ideas and for their own selfish benefit. Hence, it could be no better than they were. In their endeavor to make themselves holy, they were trying to bring a clean thing out of an unclean. The law of God is as holy as he is holy, as perfect as he is perfect. It presents to us the righteousness of God. It is impossible for us of ourselves to keep this law, for our nature is depraved, deformed, and wholly unlike the character of God. The works of the selfish heart are as an unclean thing, and all our righteousnesses are as filthy rags. Isaiah 64 verse 6. While the law is holy, the Jews could not attain righteousness by their own efforts to keep the law. The disciples of Christ must obtain righteousness of a different character from that of the Pharisees. If they could enter the kingdom of heaven, God offered them in his Son the perfect righteousness of the law. If they would open their hearts fully to receive Christ, then the very life of God, his love, would dwell in them, transforming them into his own likeness, and thus through God's free gift they would possess the righteousness which the law requires. But the Pharisees rejected Christ, being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. They would not submit themselves unto the righteousness of God. Jesus proceeded to show his hearers what it means to keep the commandments of God, that it is a reproduction in themselves of the character of Christ, for in him God was daily made manifest before them.
The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. More to be desired are they than gold, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than the honey, than the honeycomb. Join us tomorrow for another devotional reading. By God's grace, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.